Welcome to another demonstrative review. Today we're looking at Driift Mania, or maybe it's pronounced Driift Mania. It's basically a play on words with the Wii, you know. The games did this all the time. This is WiiWare, by the way, and it is a top-down racing, arcade racer type thing. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and show regular championship mode. So you can pick all the cars are classified into small, medium, heavy, or special type. And so that is the type of cars you'll be racing against. And these are different circuits. World, I believe, is you go and do all of them. But you can go ahead and do like city. And so yeah, the top row is small, the second row is medium, and then large, and then special. And luckily, this is my preferred car of all for different ranking types, whatever. So what you got here is your basic top-down racer. The way it controls is you hold the Wii remote sideways, and you got the 2 button is your gas, and then the 1 button will brake if you, or actually reverse, more specifically, if you want to do that. I am the blue car, if you couldn't tell. And handling is simply left and right. So you don't press the direction you want to go necessarily. You press... I just got tipped there a bit. Oh man, I just got fishtailed. You press left and right to steer where you're going to go. And all these oil slicks, they appear whenever 2 cars like really collide. Ooh. And I am doing a bad job right now. So if 2 cars will collide, they'll usually leave an oil slick. I guess it's not every time. I am in 3rd place right now. You can tell how far you are in a race based on the top of the screen. There's a meter there. Those it's broken up into laps at the top. So you can see I'm now on the final lap. And you can see like the red car is like a couple laps behind. And there, I got first. And it says at the bottom of the screen I can press start to simply skip, so I don't have to wait for all of the computer controlled characters to finish. So if you're playing this multiplayer, and you have computer opponents, once all the human players finish, then all of then you can do that skip thing again, so you don't have to wait for all the computer players to finish, just humans. So what we're going through right now is this circuit of city tracks, and there are different environments, as you saw in my selection there. There's a desert theme and an ice theme, and a more of country theme, and this is the city theme. So as you can see, again, going back to the top of the screen there, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those brackets, or splits. So you can see there's... The map, basically what I'm trying to say is the map is... or that top bar is split up into 6 sections, so there are 6 laps to go. Oh, I guess actually 5 laps. Did I miscount? It's hard to focus on that while I'm racing at the same time. Ooh, so yeah, oil slicks, they will affect your steering. Basically, you'll be stuck going in the direction that you're going. You won't be able to turn as well if you run over one of those. And again, an oil slick will appear in any place where 2 cars collide. And you can see the rankings. Each person, gets points based on their finishing place. So it is possible to win some of these circuits without having to get first every single race. You don't have to be a perfect racer in order to eventually come out on top. Or you don't have to give up on the circuit just because you didn't get first on one track. So that's nice. And then of course you got those boosters of the red and yellow spots up there. You'll see these little checkpoint flags I pass, where the white lines on the track, on the ground. You have to pass through those in order for your lap to count. So if I were to say skip it and like go over here or something and just keep racing, my lap wouldn't count because I didn't pass through all of these checkpoint flags or these checkpoint markers. So that is there to prevent you from, you know, cheating or whatever. But the open nature of the track, where you can theoretically not stay on the track, that is very good for the other game modes, which we'll be going over shortly. Because this game is a very fun multiplayer game. I mean, I'm having a good time just playing single player already. You know, the racing aspect is fun enough. Oh, almost went off the track there. It does take a little bit of practice to get the handling on the cars. Each car also handles very slightly differently, you could say. And here, at the end of the circuit, you can see our placements, and it'll give you a recap of, you know, how progress was made. So if someone like got really bad one lap and really good the next one, you know, you can see their sort of color like raise up at the end to win. Ah, and I got a label cheater? Question mark. Yeah, the game will give you like fun little names on those as well. So let's go ahead. Options is pretty basic, you know, just music and sound effects levels, and you can view the credits. So not much there. But multiplayer. So custom, of course, is just a simple. You pick who you're going to drive as, and you can pick like any number of tracks that you want to race. You can do all of them. You can do random. Shuffle the order. Otherwise, if it's not selected, you'll just go like in this order, I think, across. Like that? Or maybe it's down. No, I think it's across. I'm not exactly sure, but... And then you can turn on and off... oh, well... I'm in single player. I better... let me see. So, multiplayer. Let me touch on this real quick. This is pretty awesome because it's capable of playing with up to 8 players. Now, you can only sync 4 Wii remotes in order to play. I'm playing this on the Wii U, by the way. But you can sync up to 4 Wii remotes, and then you can attach a nunchuck or a classic controller, or... Yeah, so even a nunchuck, or as complex as a classic controller, anything in between, you can have as a second player. So, when you have at least... 2 human players, you can turn on and off the computers right here. And then there's the shuffling of the tracks, randomization, doing all of them, just like that. Let me back out here. So yeah, that's custom race. You know, you just do a race like what we did in the championship mode just now. And then team race. Team race is where the same thing as like a normal race, but everyone's on one of 2 teams. I think it's just 2 teams. And let's go ahead and do just a random selection here. Yeah. So team A or team B. So you put each other on a race, and then, you know, for every track, all the racers on each team add up their points. And, you know, it adds up that way. Now, where is... Oh, the red duck down there. Second player, which is I'm not controlling, is down there. So, yeah, as I was saying, I guess now would be a good time to say about handling. So, I've just really gotten used to this car that I'm using, the blue one. I mean, it's not... The color is dependent on what player number you are. But, so the duck, let's see. Oh, yeah. So that oil slick, it'll just like randomly set your direction at some point. Oops. So yeah, the handling is just slightly different for all the cars. This duck doesn't turn quite as sharp as the other car. That purple one that just flew around, that's like the hovercraft. That one is super floaty feeling. And it can get pushed over very easily. And of course, I think there are maybe even top speeds that are different between different cars. I eventually just found one car that I really liked and kind of stuck with it. So I could, you know, focus on doing better at the racing. Is this gonna wait for... Let me see what happens if not all the human players finish. Maybe all but one racer, even if it's human. Man, see, I'm getting pushed around a lot, it feels like. I don't think I would get pushed around quite as easily if I was playing as the blue car. Or, it's not the blue car, but, you know, that car that I'm using in my first player blue slot. Ooh, the hover car, of course, can get pushed around very easily. Wow, I got fifth. There we go. It'll just automatically finish if all but the last person is done. And so yeah, it'll add up all the cars for each team, and whoever's got the most points on their team will, you know, be the one that's in first. So let's go ahead and quit to show off the other modes. Meteorite. This is a fun one. Let's go ahead and change to something else. Bus. Thankfully, I do like that only the first player has like control over menus and stuff. It's like right now the second player can't do anything, but the first player can do that. I like that you can designate one person to be in control of stuff, so it's not complete chaos. So let's go ahead and show off a hills, more like country area. So the deal with Meteorite is it's like a normal race, except meteors are going to start falling from the sky. And if you get hit by one, of course, you're just straight up out of the race. So the focus doesn't become speed as much as it is safety and driving here. Because, I mean, if you get hit by a meteor, you're out of the race. And then anyone that may have been behind you that didn't get hit by a meteor, you know, they're going to keep racing. And they could eventually do better. The way that you score points in this is basically just how many laps you complete. Oh, see, look, I'm out. So that pink, those two cars right now could, I was in the lead, and now they're passing me. But, oh, they're destroyed. So, you're going to get points based on how many laps you complete. And since I completed just as many laps as that pink and orange car, we got the same number of points. And you basically do the same thing. If you can, of course, do all the laps, then that's that. You don't... Oh, see? And having a lot of people around you at the same time is also interesting because you can, you know, mess with each other. You can get in each other's way. Maybe somebody has to... Oops, I'm not going to go that fast because I would have been hit like those guys just did. Out of the way, bus. Oh no, you flipped me over. Oh snap. So yeah, this mode it's fun just because you know, you gotta drive more carefully rather than speedily. You know, just to change things up so it's not just a straight race. So even if you're not good at the game yet, oh no, all those cars are bundled up there at that jump, so it's hard to get past it without, yeah, getting destroyed. Man, car pile up over there. Oh, green car completed another lap ahead of me. So I think they're gonna win. We only did 2 tracks, so... Oh wait, no, they only got 1 point on the first one, so no. I still won. Agoraphobic? Huh. Don't know what that means. Alright, so then there's Contamination. Let's go ahead and throw in another player there. Let's go ahead and show off another, let's do a snow level, why not? And then Arena is kind of like City. It looks like City, but they're just very, very open in their track design. Not a lot of walls. So of course the ice in these areas are slippery. Oh, so Contamination, it looks like, is a human-only game. You can't use computer-controlled characters in this one. So what the deal is with this one is that basically it is a race to finish the first lap, and then once you finish the first lap, the last place person gets contaminated. And so what they are doing is the red car now, they're trying to race around and just catch everyone. Now they of course don't have to follow the track. They could just run up and get you. And once everyone's infected, you know, the game ends. And points are awarded. Let's see, 10 and 9. I guess I got 10 because I was maybe first one to finish the lap. And then the red player still got a bunch of points, 9, because everyone got caught. Of course, if not everyone was caught, then it would be different. So you still have to do a normal lap. As you can see in the top bar, still shows... Oh man, the bus feels so slow. I guess it should. Well, it's got some tight cornering, but that could just be because it's naturally slow. So yeah, so I finished the lap. Now that blue car is contaminated, and now that they've got a more open design, you know, you can like hide places from other people. You can just go straight after people. Well, let's just say blue car doesn't catch everyone. The points will be awarded a bit differently. But yeah, it's nice to have these like kind of open tracks designs, because then, you know, you're playing a game of chase. You don't have to follow some linear path to avoid someone. There, you know, you got a more arena type map to look at. So let's see what the points were awarded for the last game we just did. We got blue got +8. Oh, and red got +12. Right, because they were... Red was... No, blue was blue was the infected one at the last race, so red got a lot more points. 12 versus 8. I guess because there was only one survivor, so maybe the number of survivors left would change how many points you get if you're infected. But yeah, so having only 2 people, that's not that great. But I mean, you get a bunch of people, 3 or 4 or more, you can have up to 8 people. That's even better. So potato, or cold potato, I should say. You know what? I should not be the same guy all the time, just to add some variety into the mix here. So cold potato is the opposite of, you guessed it, hot potato. And so the deal here, yeah, so you can't turn on computer character in this one either. The deal here is that in hot potato, you're trying to get rid of the potato once it gets to you. In cold potato, it's basically you're just trying to get to it first. Now, a normal race would be like, oh, I go this way, but you could also just instantly turn around and go the other way if it's faster. Go up the hill. All right. So what you want to do here is, as soon as somebody grabs it, the bar at the top indicates how long that player has had it. So if I'm the red car here, I want to go tag blue so that I can get the potato and start filling up the meter towards me. So you see the meter is starting to drop blue and it's going red. It's basically just showing the percentage of time that that color of player has had the potato. And then there's another red bar below those two that shows how much time is remaining. So if blue grabs it, you know, Oh yeah, and there's also a little pushback, as you just saw. If you get the potato, it'll push the other people away from you, just so there's not like instant transferring of the potato if there's a bunch of characters on each other trying to get it. And then, as you can see, the timer is running out, and so this becomes a fun game of tag, where you're trying to be the one that's it. And you just kind of race around and do that. And then I believe points are awarded based on your percentage of having it. And now red's not going to have enough time to beat blue, because it's going to end right now. Player 1 wins, because they had the potato for longer, basically. And you can see that reflected in the points. 10 versus 8 points. So if you have it for longer, I'm pretty sure you just get it for longer. And then if you run into someone else, they can also take it from you. So you gotta be careful when you're driving. Push. But yeah, that is the gist of Cold Potato. Let's go ahead and quit out to next game mode. VIP. This one, again, is, I believe it is, you must have, yeah, this one is only for human players. Alright, so as you can see here, I've got 2 more players added up, and one of them is in fact a nunchuck. So you just move with the stick and press C. I believe the C button is like gas and stuff. Alright, so VIP is like a team race, except the difference is one of the players on that team, on each team, will be considered the VIP for that team. And it'll show us here in a second. As soon as we start racing. Okay, so yellow and green, they are the VIP players of this race. So only those 2 cars are really racing, per se, in this race. Between the 2 of them, whoever, gets ahead of the other is the winner. The deal for the other players then is simply, yeah, okay, let me get this nunchuck going here. Oh yeah, so I'm steering left and right with the nunchuck, and then I just hold C for gas. And then Z, of course, is the reverse. So if you're wondering about that control, that's how it works. And it's not bad. It works. Again, you can have up to 8 players if you use this kind of stuff. But anyway, what the deal is with all the other racers now is that what they want to do, so this blue hovercraft is on white's team. You can see with the little circle around him. What he wants to do now is simply get in the way of blue. So the blue star guy here, he's the one that matters for blue team. What he wants to do is simply, get in the way, block him off. So this is a bit more competitive in that sense, because then, like, the blue team guy, anyone that's not the VIP, again, you could have like a whole 8 racers on here at the same time where only 2 people are racing, and then the other 3 on each team are trying to just mess up the other guy. So that could be a lot of fun, if you get a bunch of people together. So you just want to, this guy just wants to get in the way of the other person to stop them from finishing the race. And of course, you don't want to get in your own team's way either, so you got to consider that. And then when you finish, blue team wins. And of course, only blue team gets points. And the only people who can get points are those that were the VIP, so yeah, it's like another team race, but like different in that it's only matters on those 2 racers at that time. So yeah, there are all these tracks. So we got the regular race, team race, Meteorite, and Contamination. Meteorite, Contamination are pretty great, and Potato. But these 3 down here must have human people only. And then these top 3 can be played with computer players. And then, of course, you can actually turn on and off different vehicle types. So, you know, if you want to even the playing field in some way, you know, everyone has to pick the same type of vehicle. And then you've got these, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 tracks to pick from. So 15, that's not a bad number of tracks to go. You got really 4 different environments. Well, the 5th one is kind of like city, but just a little different. Just very open in its design. But yeah, that is the gist of the game. I think it's lots of fun. I don't remember how much it costs on the Wii Shop, but it was, again, on the Wii Shop, which is now gone. So I do not know of a legitimate way to get this game. I don't know if it's even like on emulators or anything like that. It was put out by Konami, so there is that. I think they just published it or something. Their name's on the screen when you bring it up. But yeah, I definitely think this game is lots of fun. Great for multiplayer, especially for multiplayer. But not bad for single player either, if you just want to do regular races like this. And that, I think, concludes my review. So if you have any questions about the game, you can go ahead and ask in the comments section, and I will answer them. And then if you think this review is helpful, please give the video a like and comment. Say something about the video that you either liked or disliked, you know, some way I could make it be better, or something I should keep doing, because it's a good way of doing reviews, if you think so. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.